thing in the morning. Okay, guys, let's get started anyway. Hey, my brother Adam is there as well. So cool. Okay, so let me just do this. Let's do that. Okay, guys. So first of all, warm welcome to today's Fast Start training. So we're doing this every Saturday. So we obviously, I know that there's many people from many different countries tuning in, which is awesome. Definitely type in the chat box where you're tuning in from. So we have like a very, like great schedule now for the UK, and I know a lot of people from Europe tune into the schedule. So we're doing this Fast Start training every Saturday at this time, and then we have daily live presentations, something called a Champions Lead, which is happening on every day at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. I know in Africa, for example, we have like a Super Saturday IMD Blitz. So there's like several presentations happening today. I know, like, I saw that Linda had posted like several French presentations happening today. So the thing is, guys, there's presentations happening, live presentations happening every day, okay, all over the world. In America as well, I know that they're doing presentations like pretty much on the hour. So make sure that you add your new people into the relevant groups, okay, on Facebook, so you see the information. So obviously we got WV Team UK. Actually, if someone could do me a favor and actually in the chat box, go get the links for WV Team UK, for WV Trainings and More. There's a great group that Eric Gusowick and Annette and Ellen run, okay. Another great group is WV Presentations, which is also run with Ellen and Annette. Okay, so there we go. The posting. So make sure that number one, what I would do is copy and paste those, put them into a notebook. Make sure you add yourself to these groups. And the other thing is, make sure that you add your new team members. As your new team members come in to the business, that you add them into these groups and your relevant team groups. So wherever you are in the world, I know that you will have team groups. So this is part of the system, plugging people into the system, okay? So they're familiar with what's happening, okay? Because obviously, the worst thing you want is a brand new person comes into the business, or you have team members and they have no idea what's happening. So there could be presentations happening, trainings happening, coffee breaks happening. All these things are happening, but the thing is they don't see it, right? Okay. And that means they're not close to the fire, because this is all about being close to the campfire. This is an example today of being close to the campfire. So this is really, really key. Okay, so today, what we're going to start off by doing is just having a bit of a discussion, okay? Talking about something called the 4 beliefs, okay, in our business. So let me just quickly run through the 4 beliefs, okay? And then I'm going to be opening it up for chat. Talking about these beliefs. So I mean, there's 4 beliefs that you've got to have to be able to succeed in our business, okay? And the 4 succeeds are having belief in the product, first of all. So obviously, the absolute and best way to believe in the product is obviously to experience the product, which at the moment is a little bit tough, right? Okay. Because we can't experience a product because of the lockdown. But that's not going to be forever. That's just going to be like temporary, yeah? And certainly when I started building this business 10 years ago, there was no product, okay? There was just a vision of a product, right? The second belief is obviously you have to believe in the company and believe in World Ventures. The third is obviously the industry and network marketing, and fourth is yourself. So what I wanted to do is I actually want to open it up for discussion, right? Okay. So first of all, talking about the belief in the product, does anyone want to talk a little bit about, you know, how they got their belief in the product themselves? And, you know, like maybe what can you do now to instill belief in the product to people when we can't travel? So anyone? Don't be shy. Who's going to be the first one to talk? Okay, Ben.
Hi, guys. Oh, yes. So, yes, the first time when I arrived to the hotel on a dream trip in Croatia, I got scared. It took me 2 days to take in of what's around me and how everything is so beautiful. Like, I freaked out. Literally, I freaked out. And I had to, like, I went back to my hotel room and I was like, oh my God, this is like, it's too much. Like, okay, I gotta build up the nerves to go out there and say, okay, I'm taking this now. You know, this is here for me. So then a day passed and another day passed and I eased into it of like, oh my God, it's like the 4 and 5 star is just like, I froze for a couple of days. So then,
so it was like you didn't believe it, right?
Yeah, it was like too much to take in because I haven't been on such a beautiful place before. So I had a big reaction. Then after 4 or 5 days, I was like, "Oh yes, I belong here. I deserve the best." So then now, that's it.
Awesome. That's a good story, and actually, you know, it's true. So many people like they just think, oh my God, when they see what we have, it's like too good to be true, man. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
How can these prices, like, how can they include this, and how can you have these prices? So that's good. Is there anyone else who want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I'm happy to share my experience.
Preggy, hey, my brother from South Africa.
Hey, brother. So end of this month's going to be exactly 11 years that I've been with the company. I remember when I joined in 2009, June 1st, there was no dream trips in South Africa for the first 12 months. There was no training. So what I did was I went to hotels and I kind of negotiated special rates and created my own little dream trips just to create belief for the new members and people that joined. And then eventually when the company introduced the dream trips in Africa, so just to share my experience in the last 103 months prior to the lockdown, I've done 126 dream trips.
Wow.
So thank you, World Ventures.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, certainly, you know, I can't tell you the number of times that like I've spoken to people who like have gone on a dream trip and they're like, oh my God, this is just like, I've never done anything like this before. I've never traveled like this before. So yeah, maybe Iwona. Yeah, let's have a lady share. Like, I know that you were with me and some of the other crew in Croatia on that mega, and I think that was your first mega, right?
Yes, it was my first mega. Hello, everybody. Actually, I've been travel a lot before World Ventures, but to be honest, when I joined World Ventures and when I went to the first mega trip, there was the first time in my life I didn't want to leave the hotel. It was so amazing. The people around me, the atmosphere, that you just want to wake up. I think for the 5 days, maybe I was sleeping for 3 hours because you just didn't want to lose any minute of the trip and the people. And after the relationships, the friendship, everything is just growing year after year. And now I am 1 year and only now I start to understand the power of invitation also. So this is really, you need to stay close and you need to stay near the campfire and you will be just surprised how you can change and what can happen to you. Everything good.
Awesome.
I miss and I can't wait for another one. Same with trainings. Like sometimes I'm thinking like how people can think, should I go for training? I can't wait for another training. I can't wait.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. Anybody? So, is there anyone brand new who hasn't been on a trip yet? Put your hand up. Anyone who hasn't been on a dream trip yet? Okay, right. So, who's that? Who was that? That was Sanjay. Yeah, Sanjay, you want to unmute yourself? Hey, Sanjay. Hang on one second.
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
Hey, Sanjay, where are you from?
I'm in Auckland at the moment.
Okay.
Originally from India, but my hard luck is my upline is already resigned, so I'm just trying to stand up of my own, just
Okay.
trying to take help from
Let me give you some good news, bro. Shall I give you
yeah,
some good? Shall I give you some good news, right?
yeah,
So I joined network marketing 17 years ago, right? And my sponsor quit, right? And his sponsor quit, and his sponsor quit, right?
yeah,
And but the thing is, as long as you have the desire, right,
yeah,
to make this work, because you see other people making it work, and that's what happened to me. I saw other people making it work, and that was all I needed to know, was that it worked. And the thing is, it was on me. I wasn't relying on my sponsor or my upline or anyone else. You understand? And obviously, I mean, back then there was no system, there wasn't a community, there wasn't this online stuff like this, right?
yeah,
So the thing is, that's the good news, bro. So if you just stick with us, stick with our community, right? And you can succeed if you just follow the system. Okay, brother.
yeah.
Right.
Thanks, man.
So that's cool.
Thanks.
And obviously, you haven't done a dream trip yet, but I will tell you now, right? This is where you use other people's stories. You see, when you hear,
Yeah,
the reason why I wanted to get people talking about their
yeah,
experiences, because then you're hearing people's stories, right? They're real people, right? Okay,
yeah, yeah,
cool. Sanjay,
yeah.
thank you, man, and welcome to the team,
Thank
man.
you,
Yeah,
thank you, thank you,
we're
thank you
here
for
for,
having.
we're all here for you, man. We're all here for you. Okay. So we also have Adrian. Adrian,
Yeah, can I share?
yeah, please, man. I mean, you've done so many dream trips, right?
Yeah, sorry. Very quick, actually, because I created my bucket list last year, and it was not only about me, but my family as well. On the bucket list was the Disneyland. So it's a dream of everyone. Any kid, any adult wants to go there, isn't it? So never been, but I'm so blessed to be in UK. So it's not too far to go in Paris. And we was looking with my business partner, Igor as well. You know, Igor, he got a son. And we decided to find some trips for Disneyland. And wasn't a dream trip, was a dream break even. So, dream trip is high level. So we found one on the last of July, but because we was thinking too long, they all gone. So guys, my advice, if you find a good trip, book it as soon as possible. But we was lucky because the company gives us more chances, and I booked one for the Christmas time. I don't want to overload you and give you too much information about the numbers, but I know for sure we saved $600, which is mean in my case as a platinum member is half of my membership. Yeah, if you don't have 4 members. So I realized if you have two trips a year, already is okay. So you can cover your membership. So, but guys, what was in there is free day of Disneyland pass, which is at least 700 euros for 4 of us, our family. So, and a nice hotel, and almost in the holidays we are very busy and very expensive, but we company could manage. Thank you for Ovia for the best rooms, and the service was amazing. So basically, after the check-in, we realized our room is too small. And I asked the guys from the hotel to change the room. They gave us the best room in the hotel and for no extra money. It was amazing. So guys, thank you all the adventures. I could speak to you a long time, but this is the value of the product. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Did I see Donna was on there? Denuta, where are you? Donna. Donna, unmute. Oh, she's eating. Unmute yourself.
I'm coming. I had to leave the room because then with Martin we will be clashing with the voice.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey guys, my name is Dana. I'm originally from Poland, in Dublin for like last 12 years. I joined this.
Dana,
Yeah.
I want you to talk about the epic dream trip we did to Sivota in Greece.
I was just about to say that I'm in the company for 5 years, but I needed to wait 9 months to go on my first dream trip, and that was the one that we did in Greece, in Sivota, one of the best resorts I ever seen before. Actually, I haven't seen before. 90 people, 14 different nationalities from all around the world, and the food, the party, people in this little town were like looking at us like a crazy, what the hell is going on with them? Like, you know, we took over the whole small bar when we went for the party. And we had people from America, from Africa, from China, I don't even, like 14 different nationalities. That was so crazy. I took my sister with me on that trip. She fell in love as well. And the best thing of that, of those trips that I love is the way that we can create so beautiful friendships. I still contact with most of the people from that trip, from America, and not only from them. And the rest of them that I went after, experiences like Morocco, we went with Martin to Morocco, and we really taste the way and the smell of this country. Like my friend went 3 months after me, not with Dream Trip, because she didn't want to go with me, and she says, I don't really like this place, it's dirty. I'm like, girl, we had the best service ever. So yeah, Dream Trip is something extraordinary for me and everyone that I meet before and after Dream Trips. They're like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is the one that we were together in Greece. Oh my gosh, I'm still looking at those photos, and when the Facebook reminds me, I'm like, oh, Chini Mac, I would love to have this coffee on that corner down on the top of the restaurant and just enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the most epic night was when we went to this bar. They said to us, so Helena, who was our host, she said, oh, I've organized, you know, like for you guys to go down to this bar where they've got like a disco and stuff. And so we're like, yeah, okay. And so a few of us went down there, maybe about 20 of us or whatever. And it was tiny. I mean, this place was like, I think it was probably the size of this room, right? It was tiny. And they had a DJ there. And
7 DJs.
How many?
7.
Oh, 7 DJs, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. And obviously some of the locals were there, you know, a lot of fishermen and this kind of thing, you know, like real, you know, like just normal down-to-earth people. And seriously, you know, so like we had, I think it was like, was it 4 or 5 basketball players from America? So these like massive, tall, 6'5" black guys were part of our group, right? Okay, yeah. Kareem and Sean and these guys, right? And they were just like amazing, awesome guys, right? Kofi was one of them. And so like they're like, some of the music was like not that great. So they said, hey, we need some hip hop, man. Put some hip hop on. So we got some old school hip hop on. And at one point they put on House of Pain Jump Around, and all you could see was these 5 basketballers jumping up and down. And like everyone in this place is just mesmerized. They're just watching us. So by the end of the night, actually, all the locals were like, you know, dancing with us and whatever. But what a
exactly night. It was a great night. Yeah.
It was great fun, great fun.
No English, but we communicated no problem with the locals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so listen guys, so you know, this is you know, part of this exercise, getting people to tell their stories about their dream trips experiences and using a product is about building belief, right? So the thing is, you know, the key message is that if you haven't done a dream trip before, and obviously if you joined this recently, you know, because of the lockdown, you know, you haven't, right? Then it's important that you bring people in who can share their stories and their experiences. So you can still build a business, right? Even if you haven't done a dream trip. That was the point. Yeah. So what you're doing is you're actually borrowing someone else's belief on the product. Does that make sense? Put your thumbs up. That makes sense? Awesome. Okay. Right. So the second thing is belief in the company. Okay. So there's no better way to get belief in the company than to obviously, well, let me tell you the first way, which is obviously very difficult at the moment, is to jump on a plane and go to the head office at Dallas, right? Which, you know, I've done several times, right? So then you actually walk into the head offices of World Ventures and you meet like the staff, etc. Okay, so that's one way. But the second way is obviously attending events. Then the other way is to obviously watch some of the videos. So if you go and watch the keynote speeches of Wayne Nugent, yeah, on YouTube, just type in Wayne Nugent World Ventures, go and watch some of the videos and get some of the vision that he shares in his keynote speeches, then it's very powerful. Then obviously, you know, the trainings that we do. So I mean, we've got, obviously, you know, this is what I call a baby training, right? Okay, that we do on a Saturday, but you know, on the 23rd. So the 23rd we have a Super Saturday training. Actually, this is next Saturday, which is put on by Tech's Team Expansion Worldwide. So this is actually Sachin Govinda, Eric Grisbowski will be on. Who's the other trainers on that? Can someone, Martin, just unmute yourself and just.
Peter Powderham.
Yeah, so Peter's just been added. Peter Powderham is going to be training. Okay, so I did a coffee break with Peter on Wednesday. We had 450 people on. I mean, like, so I mean, he's an absolute legend in the industry. Grisbowski, Sachin,
and Jeff Both.
Jeff Both, yeah. So that's going to be epic. And then obviously, and that's only $5, guys. It's only $5 to attend that event, right? So that's sort of like a no-brainer, right? So so that's that. And then obviously on the 27th and 28th of June, we have our next major international online event. So, you know, normally we'd be doing these events in person, but obviously until the lockdown lifts, you know, we have to have the virtual events. So, you know, we had, so we got the virtual boot camp for Europe coming up. There's going to be other ones in different regions. Okay. So we just literally had the United Virtual International Convention online like last month. I think there was around 10,000 people tuned into that globally. I mean, it was something extraordinary, right? But again, this is a way, guys, that you can build your belief in the company. Okay. So again, let's just open up to you guys. You know, what has helped you build belief in the company yourselves? So who wants to share their experiences there? Adam, carry on.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you. We hear.
Perfect. So what I noticed is when now I used to listen to audios about trainers and stuff every day. And when I spend about 2 to 3 days not listening to these audios, my beliefs about the company doesn't shrink, but it's not as high as it's supposed to be. So what I do is just plug into all the audios at least one time every day. That's it.
Yeah. So actually, guys, I mean, that leads me really nicely onto like why you should have the ignition kit. Apart from the lineage boost, right? The ignition kit has got some of the best training audios you will ever hear, right? I mean, just one of the training audios would be worth like $100 in my opinion, right? And you've got several. And actually, you know, when you buy Ignition Kit 3, if you don't have it already, that gives you like all the audios from the past Ignition kits as well. So I don't know how many there are in total, but this stuff is like what you should be feeding your mind on a day-to-day basis to actually not just build belief in the company, but build belief in yourself as well, which is obviously on the board. We'll get onto that in a second. Anybody else want to share, what's helped them build belief in the company?
Me, I want to share.
Yes, Denise, carry on.
Yeah.
Denise from Singapore.
Yeah, from Singapore. Good afternoon. Okay, I've been to Dream Trips. I've attended events. I think the one of the contribution that I made is to join the ambassador program. That really helps me to build up my beliefs because I was already serving from behind the scene, from the backstage, and while leaders on stage were sharing their nuggets to all our WV members. My first event was in Singapore, March 2016 Momentum. That because I joined in September 2015, so within a 6 months, my belief went up. So then that to me was the fastest way to bring up my beliefs. Because I have attended events, I have attended my dream trips. So after joining as an ambassador, my beliefs went up because I see the energy, literally all the events. I've been to Australia events, Melbourne, Brisbane as ambassador, Hong Kong, and then even Malaysia. So it literally brings up my beliefs as a rep, as a member, and the culture, the entire culture of World Ventures. Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you, Denise. That was great. So the person who lives in Italy who sponsored Quit, okay, who said, is there an English-speaking WhatsApp group in order to have information and material? We can actually, you can join the WV UK team group, okay, which is, hang on, can someone post a link in the chat group, okay, again, for WV Team UK group, and so you're going to see all the information, etc. Right? Oh, there we go. Thank you, Martin. Talal is here as well. My brother Talal from Cyprus. Again, you've been with us for a long time, brother. So again, just share with me your experience about what has helped you, like build that belief in the company. I know you're diehard World Ventures, but
Hey, thank you for having me on the call. Can you hear me?
yes, brother.
And it's been a pleasure and an honor to be working with you and getting to know you because you're such a great leader and a beautiful friend. So it's an honor to meet you, and that is one of the core values that I love about our company. It's the friendship, the relations that we've created. I mean, yes, the first 3 months when I joined 10 years ago, I had no clue of what I'm doing. My sponsor, Frosini Adamiris, she actually said to me that I need to go to the first dream trip that was happening in Cyprus. And I ended up going. It was like 76 euros for 3 days, two nights. And I was overwhelmed. I heard somebody saying earlier that they were scared when they first went to the dream trip. There's a picture of me that Frosini took, and I was in a crowd and I looked like as if I crapped my pants because it looked like I was out of place kind of thing. But it was the last day we had a small mini training where the training that was there was done with George Adamiris. We had Frosini Adamiris and a few other leaders that they had invited from across the seas. And just watching that was the biggest glue for me. The culture, the training. I had never been in a system where I've worked as a professional food and beverage manager, but it was me and it was everybody else. I had the team under me working for me, but I never understood what teamwork was until I started being a member of World Ventures. And that's what was the glue for me. The dream trips were beautiful, but the fact that you can communicate with people worldwide, travel with people worldwide, be safe, be happy and joyful in everything that you do. That was for me the utmost glue for everything. It's the belief in the company was growing more. And one other thing is, I mean, I can bring it up to today's days, is getting paid by the company. You know, I'm at a rank where I'm receiving residual income and receiving from my cycles. Whether I'm working or I'm not working, the company's there providing for me a lifestyle that I'm working for, if that makes sense. So I can't work in a 9-to-5 job because of the quarantine areas for the last 2-3 months. But I know that the company has always had my back from the day one that I received my residual income. It's always provided for me and for my folks and things that I need for my lifestyle. So just those small little triggers always kept me close, and I'm 100% all the way till I die. WV, you know what I'm saying? I hope that helps with my story.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. So, okay, let me just address this question. So, Hangdao just asked the question, is it possible to register people from countries that were not opened it, right? Okay, so let me just address this, because obviously I put a very blatant no in the answer in the chat, but let me just sort of explain my answer, right? Okay, so of course, we have countries that we are going to be opening, which are what we call pre-build countries, right? So for example, Italy is one of those countries, right? Italy, we're not officially opening, but we got thousands and thousands of members, right? So there are certain countries that, you know, we consider safe because they're pre-built, right? Okay. But there are some countries which are just absolutely no-go zones, right? So like, for example, if someone came to me, say, I want to start a team in India, for example, no, you can't do it, right? Because, and the reason why is that their laws are so strict on building that market before it's officially open, right? That you can't do it, right? Nigeria is another one, right? So there's going to be certain markets. So if you're not sure, right? If you've got, you know, contacts in a certain country, just ask, you know, like you can ask me, you can send me a private message and say, I've got someone here, is it okay, yes or no? I mean, Japan is a pre-build as well, right? Okay, yes. You understand? So this is like, just check with you know, me. I sit on the IAC, you know, the International Advisory Council, like the President's Council for the company I've done for 9 years. So, you know, we're sort of in tune with what's happening and, you know, where we'll be going. So that's something which is important. So I wasn't trying to be too abrupt with you, Haj, now, you know, but I hope that answers your question in the right way. Okay. So belief in the company, does anybody else want to add anything on that? No? Don't be shy.
Me, just add one more. Recently, the United Wayne came on board and shared his vision, his heart with us. That really moved me, and that really drilled in me, because things happen in Asia. So I'm not going to say that story. I think Shush know what I'm talking about. In 2018, that was end of 2017. It was really a rock, and it was a tsunami for all of us. So I was in a dilemma whether to move on or not to move on. So because of that tsunami, I was silenced for 2018. I didn't do anything. So because of I didn't do anything, my team actually dropped out. So 2019, I started to attend training, because I tell myself, since I started this, I would like to know what is happening with the new management, with George Payne on board and things like that. And I was also looking for my upline, my leaders upline. So then after that, 2019, I started attending training. And I also started bringing my mom for her birthday dream trips in September. And I chose myself, I pushed myself to find Shush to be my mentor. Literally refused to go anywhere just to find out the one that is rooted forever. Because I have very rocky boats. We had this, in 2018, we had the same storm, but my boat was very bad. So I decided, no, I'm not going to I'm not going to find anybody in the same Asia. So I literally quit pushing, asking people who's my upline, who's my upline, and finally someone shared the history. So it was Shush. So that's why I'm here. Okay, and then attended United. That really double confirmed my beliefs, because Wayne came on board and shared with us his vision and things like that, his beliefs, why he wants to give back more to the reps, and why he wants the dream trips to be better, so that there's more fun and affordable for any family backgrounds. I mean, different type of backgrounds or occupations. That really add on to my beliefs. It rooted me until today. And so far, I've done my work, not so much of the results, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And just a few hours back, I was in the app. I went to sign up for a web app webinar to learn how to design app and things like that, because I thought that could be an easy way for me as well to make some passive income. No, after attending my first day of entrepreneur, no. World Ventures is the only way. You only start off one time with one amount that's less than 4 digits, and that you are not paying anymore. Once you get 4, pay no more. So this is the platform that I'm going to build. And seriously, I've attended 2 webinars or 2 platforms of making ways to make passive income. One is on property and the other one is on app. I can assure you, this is the best way. There's no other ways.
Right. Okay. Denise, thank you very much. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. And absolutely, guys, if you don't feel that like you got support, etc., then reach out to us, many leaders on this call. Just remember this, we're not going to do the business for you as a mentor, but we will guide you and help you, right? Okay. So, and that's what I like about Denise. She reached out to me. She was sort of like an orphan, but I mean, she's taking action, which is awesome. So that's great. So guys, let's move on to the third belief that you've got to have, which is the belief in network marketing, right? Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people join network marketing, and you know what? They are, it's like, I don't know, they get knocked out by people who have no idea what network marketing is. So like maybe you tell a friend, and your friend tells you, oh my God, it's one of those things, it's a pyramid scheme, this, that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when you understand what this industry is, okay, and how big it is, and the kind of people who are like back it, then man, I mean, like you understand that actually, take the facts and not the opinions of broke people. So I think actually, Martin, you did a coffee, on your coffee break, you shared some of the stats and information on this. Do you want to just cover this, because this is really, really important? Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Shush. Well, I have the slides ready. If you let me.
Yeah, do that. Actually, that's even better. Why don't you do that? Let me make you.
I can do that. So
I'll make you a co-host. Yeah.
Let me just find it really quick. So what I did for that coffee break is something that helped me build my belief in the industry, because actually many people on this call doesn't know me, but I signed up for World Ventures 6 years ago, and I just signed up. And for my first 2 years, I didn't do anything. I didn't go on any dream trips. I didn't go on any trainings. I didn't attend any events. I didn't do anything. I was just watching. So even though I signed up, my belief, all these stuff that Shush and everybody here on the call shared, they were non-existent for me. So I had to start from that place. And you guys did a very good job covering the product, the company. But with network marketing as an industry, everything came for me when I actually looked into the industry, and through the trainings and everything that I've learned from leaders who have done whether it's regional trainings or Super Saturdays here in Ireland or on big training events. So these are some slides that we shared on a coffee break just the other day. And can you guys see them?
Yes, yes, bro.
So yeah, when you come into the industry or when you come into World Ventures, what usually happens with people, we're looking at it through a keyhole. We have a very limited perspective on things. And like obviously World Ventures is about travel, it's about internet, and it's a network marketing company. So this just shows like how big travel is. This is last year. The airplanes, this is just the airplanes in Europe. And when you zoom in into Central Europe, on the next slide, you can see what's going on. So travel is really, really huge. We don't need to talk about it. This is a stats from last year, how many planes. So we're talking about 200,000 planes in the taking each day. Okay, so on the minimum is 190,000, but let's say on average. So yeah, that's travel. And this is the network marketing industry, right? So these are stats from the industry. How much money people spend in the network marketing industry on each continent? As you can see, North America, 34 billion, South America, 33 billion, Western Europe, $23 billion a year people spend on network marketing products and services. You can see Asia, Eastern Europe, Africa as well. So in total, this is 178 billions in network marketing. So this is the industry. That's how much money people spend in network marketing on products and services. Look at the movie industry or the music industry or the National Football League. Now, think of all these actors. Think of all these musicians. Think of all these football players, right? These are famous people, stars. Now, they're all, of course, making very good money, but think about this. Do you think that when they go on a holiday, do you think that they can enjoy privacy or they have to take pictures all the time? This is what I'm thinking. In network marketing, you can have the rock star lifestyle without that invisible electronic prison that, for example, Brad Pitt is in, or Tom Cruise, or like you can imagine everywhere they go, everybody wants to take a picture with them. But like Shush said, many people think that in our industry, the people on the top are making all the money and all that bullshit, right? So these are numbers from the industry, right? So 40% of that revenue, 178 billions, 40% of them are commissions that are paid to distributors. So companies are paying 40% to their distributors, which means that the companies are paying 71 billions a year or 6 billions a month, or that's $200 million every day that are paid to the distributors in the network marketing industry. Everyday people, just like you and me. Now, when you look into the stats of the industry, 500 people from all the network marketing distributors, 500 of them are making more than 1 million a year. Another 500 are making more than 2 million a year, right? So that's 1,000 people out of hundreds of thousands. Actually, there are millions of people like involved in the network marketing industry, which means that out of this 70 billion, right, that the industry pays, only 1 billion is paid on the top 1%. On those, 500 who are making 2 million, there are 1,000 people, right? So the rest of the money, 98% of the commissions are paid to everyday people. Your next door neighbor who's making an extra $300 or $400 or $500 a month. That's what goes in the industry, and that's what World Ventures is. We are in the travel industry, which is the largest industry in the world. We are in the network marketing industry that pays all these commissions daily, $200 million a day. And we're in the online space, guys. We can do this now from home. Look at us, we're on Zoom. We can share this with everybody. And if we look at, for example, the coffee industry and Starbucks, who have about 10% of the coffee industry, that's their market share. But then take a network marketing company like Avon, which is a cosmetics company, and they're part of the cosmetics industry, right? So Avon, as a network marketing company in that industry, has done 2.9%, but look at travel. It's $9 trillion industry a year, and we are in that travel industry. So what would happen if World Ventures reaches 2.9% of that 8 trillion? What if we could do exactly what Avon did in the cosmetics industry, but we do it in travel? Do you know what that means? The numbers are staggering. That's $232 billion a year revenue. Or 40% of that, that's 150 billions a year in commissions paid to everyday people, right? So if you go to, and just read the numbers, it's all publicly in, it's available for the public in the direct selling news and business from home. And you can see the top income earners in the world, their names, their income, their company, and you can see what's going on. So looking at these numbers makes me think World Ventures is not even started. we're just like have so much room ahead of us. And the network marketing industry is really working, guys. And it's working for a lot of people, for normal everyday people. And achieving success here, a lot of people are dreaming of being Hollywood stars, right? I used to. I wanted to be a rock star too, but when I thought about privacy and just going to like the beach and just enjoying time by myself, I don't think that this is really a thing about rock stars. So I'd rather be a rock star in network marketing than to be a rock star in Hollywood. So thanks, Shush.
Awesome. Okay. That's really, really great information there. So that's brilliant. So let me just add on to what Martin was saying there as well about the industry of network marketing. So here's the thing, guys, right? You know, you got major billionaires, right, who are big supporters of network marketing. So Sir Richard Branson owns Virgin V Cosmetics, right? You've got Warren Buffett, net worth $63 billion, okay? So this guy knows a little bit about business. He invested in 3 different network marketing companies, including Pampered Chef, right? Then you've got, okay, whether you love him or hate him, Donald Trump, okay, president of the USA. Basically, he endorsed the ACN video phone, so he was associated with them, and then he started his own network marketing company, which was called the Trump Network, which he eventually sold. It was a nutritional network. And then he also co-authored a book with Robert Kiyosaki, founder of Rich Dad Poor Dad, called I've forgotten the call, but the book.
It's Why We Want You to Be Rich, I think.
Yeah, that's it, right? And it's got a chapter on there on network marketing, right? Okay, so that was that, and actually Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, was actually interviewed on the show Oprah, on Oprah's show, talking about network marketing specifically, right? Okay, and Oprah is a big fan of network marketing, right? So the thing is, these people, I mean, this is where common sense prevails. These people are not going to stake their reputations, business reputations, and global credibilities on associating themselves with our industry, right? So very, very important. So, you know what? Network marketing is big. It's here to stay. It's growing, okay? And it actually thrives in a downturn in the economy. If anybody watched the training that I did with Peter the other day, you know, Peter talks a little bit about this in that, okay? So that's pretty much that. Okay. So hope that sort of helped you guys understand that you're in the right industry, and you don't have to be embarrassed, because this is what I see. A lot of people are embarrassed of network marketing, and they don't really have belief in the industry, and this is what holds them back from actually talking to people. And see, the most common thing that happens is that obviously when you speak to someone who is not familiar with the facts of network marketing, and because their uncle's brother's daughter's sister's uncle joined this thing and it didn't work, and it was a scam, and that's their perception because they don't know the real facts, right? But you see, and for some people that will knock you out the game. If you're brand new, you don't show your friends and family the opportunity, and they're gonna, because they're ignorant to the facts, they're not familiar with the facts of network marketing, they don't really understand it, and they say something negative to you, right? Then that will knock you out, and that happens many times. The dream stealers dream your steals, but the thing is, this is where you got to be strong, you got to be prepared, you got to know. You got to obviously prepare your people as well, your new people. So very important. Okay. So is that all I wanted to say on that?
If I can add something, Shush.
Yes, Dennis. Yeah, carry on, mate.
2 days ago, we spoke about it with Martin, that actually the negativity in network marketing out there on the online, it comes from people who are representatives and they didn't make it work. And then we're talking about that most of the customers, actually, they don't quit and they stay. Because this is the idea of the network marketing companies that provides the people a product on a better value. Because it skips that chain of the advertisement cost. In most of the products, 50 up to 60% of the cost is the marketing. And that's how I give the example. If an iPhone costs $1,000 or euros, all up to 600 is for advertisement and marketing. The phone itself doesn't cost that much. And I give it as an example. Okay, if you have a shop that sells the iPhone for $1,000 and next door is for $800, so from where are you going to buy it? And it's the same here. This is what we do. We provide the people the product on a better value because we skip that chain of advertisement, as Martin shared earlier. We get that commissions.
Yeah, 100%. Nice. Cheers, Dennis. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So anyway, I hope that sort of helps everyone, okay, to understand, the power of network marketing, and that it is legit. It's legit. So don't don't get knocked out from anyone, right? So guys, the final belief, the fourth belief, the most important belief, that's why I've circled it in blue, is the belief in yourself, okay? So the thing is, this is man, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. One of my favorite quotes, right? By Mr. Ford, right? Okay. The founder of the Ford Motor Company, right? Whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Yeah. So the thing is, you have to believe in what you're doing. You've got to believe in all these things, but you more so, you got to believe that you can do it. And the way you get the belief in yourself is through self-improvement, right? Okay. And, when I think back of when I joined this industry 17 years ago, my self-esteem was on the floor, my self-confidence on the floor. I felt like a failure in life, my communication skills were terrible compared to what they are today, right? And when I look at that journey of personal development and self-development that has occurred over the years, right? I've seen how I've got better over the years, right? Okay. But the thing is, if you want to get better, you got to work, success comes from inside out, right? This is so key.